Hey everybody, this is Mace1370 and we have something a little different today. I'm going to do a Hearthstone draft. Hearthstone is a new, I guess, collectible card game made by Blizzard, and it has some similarities to Magic, but it has a few significant differences, and we'll get into those in a minute. Its drafting mode is called the Arena, so that's what we're going to do. You're able to pay real money to draft, or you can use in-game gold, which you get by completing daily quests and winning arena matches. So we're going to go ahead and do that. When you start the arena, you have to choose one of 3 different heroes. Each hero has their own unique power, and I think we're just going to choose the mage here. In addition to their own unique power, each hero has their own mini set of cards that only they can use, and then there's a global set that everyone can use. So for example, you can see here this gray border indicates it's a global card, and then I think this blue border indicates that it is a mage card. This is another global card as well. So, getting off to an interesting start, we have a rare to pick from, indicated by this little blue icon. And we have to choose between the Imp Master, which is okay, Emperor Cobra, which is okay but a little reactive, and Kirin Tormage. Kirin Tormage is a 4/3 for 3, which is a reasonable body. I'm not really sure how big a fan I am of secrets. It could be an interesting way to gain some tempo, which is very important in Hearthstone. Secrets are basically Hearthstone's equivalent of instant spells, because you're not allowed to cast spells on your opponent's turn in Hearthstone. Secrets are cards that you play face down, and then when a certain condition is met, they're triggered automatically. And, you know, I'm just going to take the Kirin Tormage. I haven't played with it before, so it'll give me some experience playing with it. Okay, so for the next pick we have either a Mana Worm, which is okay, Ironbeak Owl, which is pretty good, and Chillwind Yeti, which is also pretty good. I think I'm going to take the Yeti. For 4 mana, a 4/5 is a very good body in Arena, and so I'm going to choose that, although I think it's close. Alright, so now we get to choose between the Senjin Shieldmaster, Arcane Missile, and Dragonling Mechanic. I don't think the Mechanic is a card we're going to take out of this. I think it's either Arcane Missiles, which is kind of a coin flip some of the time. Even, you know, when they play their first creature, if that's all they have on the board, it could just all go to their face, and then doesn't really do what you want it to do. So I'm kind of reluctant to actually play this card, so I think I'll take the Shieldmaster. Alright, so now we have another rare to choose from. And Defender of Argus is very strong. I've been very impressed with him, even though we have 2 4-drops already. I think he's quite good. Master Swordsmith is also good, but he's a little slow and clunky. And in addition to that, he's really easy just to kill. Pretty much anything kills him. He tends to just instantly die when you play him. You can usually get a little bit of benefit from him. But I've been more impressed with Defender of Argus, so I'm going to take that. And now maybe look to choose something other than 4-drops. Alright, so Beluga Warrior, charge is basically haste, for those of you not familiar with this game. And it's alright. I'm not a huge fan. We don't have weapons. Mages don't. Warriors can use them, hunters can use them, shamans can use them, but mages can't. So this ability here is not super relevant for us, so I think we're just taking the flesh-eating ghoul by default, and he's an okay card. Alright, so now we get to choose between Novice Engineer, which is kind of like a cantrip. It's not terrible. Ice Lance is alright, and Acolyte of Pain. Acolyte of Pain's not bad. He can draw you some cards. If we have other ways to freeze things, Ice Lance gets better. I'll take the Acolyte. So far, I've been fairly unimpressed with the cards we've picked up so far. Alright, so Ogre Magi, Arcane Missile, or River Crocolisk. Yeah, so basically this guy pumps up all of your spells by 1, so if you had him out and you cast Arcane Missile, it would do 4 damage randomly. I already have a bunch of 4s, and I don't really need this 2/3, I don't think. I guess I'm taking the Arcane Missile. Alright, so here's one of those secrets I was talking about. It's okay, you gain 8 armor, which is effectively 8 life. We don't have a weapon, so the Bloodsail Rider is not going to be very good. I'm a fan of Arcane Intellect, though, so I'll take that. I enjoy drawing cards. And in this pick, we get to take Shattered Sun Cleric, I think. It's pretty much one of the best 3-drops in the game. And for those of you who, I guess, haven't figured it out, we pick 30 cards to make our deck. There are no lands. There's an automated system that you basically get a land a turn automatically. They're called mana crystals. So for our purposes, we're basically just taking one of 3 cards 30 times to make a deck. The other cards you just don't get. You might see them again in a successive 3-card set, but there's no guarantee that you'll see them again. So yeah, here we're taking Shattered Sun Cleric, I think. Okay. Alright, so we have 3 cards here. This guy is a little janky. You basically have to silence him to let him attack, and I'm not a huge fan just because he requires you to have another card to make him good. So I think it's going to come down to either Young Priestess or Ravenhold Assassin. The Assassin's pretty strong. I kind of like the Priestess, and we don't have too many one or early drops, so I'll take it. Alrighty, so what do we have here? We have Cone of Cold, or we have Arcane Explosion or Arcane Missiles. Arcane Explosion is not terrible. I think I'm just going to take Cone of Cold, though. Yeah. Okay, and now I guess we'll take an Ice Lance. Again, have not been super thrilled with these cards so far. So here we have a Youthful Brewmaster, a Ironforge Rifleman, or another Cone of Cold. We don't have any 2-drops yet. This guy can be okay. You can use him with some things like Shattered Sun Cleric or what is it? The Defender of Argus to get their effect again. So yeah, sure, I'll take him. Okay, this is a little more like it. These are the cards that I like. Frostbolt is just good removal. Water Elemental is a very good creature. I think taking the Frostbolt here is probably reasonable. I mean, I like Water Elemental a lot. 3/6 is a pretty good body, but we don't really have very much removal yet, so I'll take the Frostbolt. Alright, Worgen Infiltrator is pretty good. I really like Arcane Intellect, though. It's a tough pick. I'm just going to take the card draw. I like it too much. Okay, so now we get to pick a Mythic, indicated by the purple gem. We're not really playing the Pirate deck. Faceless Manipulator is alright, but it's very reactive. You know, basically best case scenario, you play it and you copy your best creature, or the best creature on the board is yours and you copy it, which means you're already kind of winning. So it's not that great in that scenario. If they have the best creature out, then okay, you get a copy of it, but you might still be behind because they had it before you, and they might get to attack with it, before you get to attack with the Faceless Manipulator. And if you're way behind, it really, it doesn't pull you out of it, really. So I think I'm just going to take the Pyroblast. It can go to the face, and it's pretty good overall. Alright, so taking together another Young Priestess. I could take a Sun Fury Protector, which is pretty good, but I think I'm just going to take the Drake here. It gives you a spell damage, and it cycles, and it's a full body, which is always good. And here I think we're just taking Fireball. It does damage. Metrico Mercenary, Arcane Explosion, or Cone of Cold. I guess we're taking Cone of Cold. Ooh, we get to pick a random legendary, that's what they're called, yeah, with the yellow gem. So that's exciting. So we have Leroy Jenkins, kind of comes out of nowhere and hits him for 6, but then they get 2 1/1s, which for a mage deck is not that hard to deal with. You can usually, use the mage ability to just ping one of them away. We have Nat Pagel, and at the end of your turn you have a 50% chance to draw a card. That's okay. Chances are they can probably just kill it, though, on their next turn, and then you don't get much from it. So best case scenario, I think most of the time it'll probably cycle. Best case scenario, you get like maybe an extra card off it, and then worst case scenario, they just kill it when you play it. Or Deathwing, 10 mana and destroy all other minions and discard your hand. So this guy's kind of a last-ditch effort. I think it's either Leroy Jenkins or Deathwing, and I don't really know which is better. 10 mana is a ton of mana, so he's just going to sit in your hand for a long time. He does wipe the board, which sometimes you do need. We have a Fireball and a Pyroblast, so we could take the Leroy Jenkins and just try to burn them out, so to speak, but I'm not a huge fan of that strategy. I don't know, to be honest, none of these cards are that exciting. Alright, I'll take the Deathwing. Alright, Alright, so this is what I was hoping for, is a Flame Strike. This card's pretty amazing. But we also have Harvest Golem, which is really good. We already have a ton of 3s though, so I'm just going to take the Flame Strike. It's pretty ridiculous. Okay, so Mirror Image is decent. Loot Hoarder is also decent. Iron for Grizzly is also good. We don't have very many 2s, so I kind of want to take the Loot Hoarder just to even the curve out a bit. We don't have any secrets for Kirin Mage. Oh well. Yeah, alright, I'll take the Loot Hoarder. Alright, so Frost Noah, we can freeze all the enemy minions. Or we could take a Mana Worm. We have a reasonable number of spells, so maybe the Mana Worm will end up being good. Not a fan of the 1/4 Taunt so much. And here I think I'm just taking the Water Elemental. It's a 3/6 body. I don't really want the Wisp. 5/4 for 4 is not terrible, but I kind of like the Archmage. He's a good body. He gives you a spell damage, which is nice. Okay, could take another Archmage, could take another Arcane Intellect. We have 2 already. I don't know if we need a 3rd. Could take Cult Master. I guess I'll take the Archmage. Alright, I will take another Fireball. Alright, so now we have... this is actually a pretty tough choice. Counterspell is not terrible, and it would be nice to have a secret to go with our Kirin Mage. But Blizzard is pretty good. Yeah, this is tough. I think Blizzard is going to be more consistently better, so I'm going to take it. Alright, now we get to choose another rare. Not a fan of either of these, so I guess I'm taking Ravenholdt Assassin. And on our last card, wow, actually a tough choice, so I don't think we need another Ravenholdt Assassin. Argent Commander is really good. I'm a big fan. But we have Vaporize, which could be reasonable early removal, and could get some good tempo with the Kirin Mage. Do have a lot of 3s, though. Looking at our upper curve here, we have 2 6s. Alright, I'm going to take Vaporize. Not sure if that was right or not. I think it was close. So we're going to go on to game 1 and see what happens here. So basically the way that Arena works, it's a little different than drafting in Magic where you sit at a table with 8 people. In Arena, you get matched up against random other Arena players, so you're not drafting cards against other people. And the people you get matched up against are opponents that have a similar win-loss record to you. So we're 0-0, we're presumably playing someone who's 0-0. I'm going to get rid of this card. I'm going to keep the Defender of Argus just in case these guys stick around. Buffing them up would be nice. We are on the draw, which isn't the best, but we have a Young Priestess and a Loot Hoarder, so our early curve should be pretty good. And we got a coin, so that's nice. So hopefully, if he doesn't have a fast start, we could do pretty well here. So basically, the max hand is 10. Once you get above that, the draws for your turn basically just fizzle away and you don't get them. That's unfortunate. Wow, that's a pretty good 1-drop. I might just coin that away and kill it, because I don't want to take 6 damage. So I think I will. When you don't go first, you get to use the coin, which allows you to gain 1 extra mana for the turn. So it kind of makes up for going second. As you can see, you get 1 mana crystal each turn, and you use them just like you do lands, and then at the beginning of your turn they refresh. Alright, so he doesn't do anything on turn 2, so I guess I am glad that
Job's done.
we played that. So I'm going to go ahead and play Loot Hoarder. If he kills it, I don't really care, we're just going to cycle it. Next turn we can potentially play the Young Priestess and maybe ping something. Alright. Or I could just trade here. I might like doing that. Okay, yes, I think I will just trade. Because that has more toughness. I don't really need Deathwing right now. So I think what we're going to do is play out our Youthful Brewmaster and the Young Priestess, and then that'll pump it up at end of turn. And now we have a 3-3. Next turn we can potentially drop the Defender or maybe just Shieldmaster. But either way, now tempo is pretty soundly on our side. The thing that can really screw you in this game is board sweepers. That's why I was so excited to see the Flame Strike. And they can be hard to play around because sometimes when you're behind in tempo, you have to keep playing guys. You don't have a choice. So it might force you to play into a sweeper and kind of lost from the get-go if that happens. The other major thing or major difference in this game compared to Magic is that you don't, as the defender, assign blockers. The attacker assigns blockers. And then creature combat is just like the fight mechanic in Magic, where both people, or both the attacker and defender take damage, and toughness or life is not a static number, it goes down as damage is done. So if you just watch, you'll figure it out. This is the weapon. It basically lets his character attack each turn. Alright, so see, this does 2 damage, so I don't need to worry about that. So we could kill this totem, or we could just bonk him for 3. Kind of like just bonking him for 3. This totem's not doing anything right now. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Shieldmaster. Alright, another totem. This one's pretty irrelevant. A lot of little guys now. If he wants to attack that, that's fine. So you can see momentum's definitely on my side. I'm pretty incentivized to just keep attacking him since he has to attack my taunt guy. Alright. Okay, so I think what we're probably going to do this turn, I could play the Drake. I don't really like doing that. I think definitely bashing him twice, because he's almost dead from the Pyroblast here and Flame Strike. And then I think I'm going to use my ability and I'm going to ping away his Murloc. And then I think we'll just draw 2 cards. Alright, so, oh yeah, he's way dead now. Yeah, because we're just going to start throwing a lot of damage at his face. Azo Drake is not required. So this totem gives him spell damage. So the Shaman's ability is to summon a random totem. There's a limited number of types of totems that they can summon, and if they have the totem out, then they don't summon it. One of the better ones is, I think it's like the Mana Tide. It's like a 1/3, and they draw a card at any turn or something. Something really crazy. Alright, so I think he's pretty much just dead. Alright. And another axe. Okay, well now I'm probably just going to play the Drake. And then next turn, we're probably going to Flame Strike, and the turn after that, Pyroblast, or double Fireball. Either way, once we get to 8 mana, he's just dead based on what we have in our hand if he doesn't have a way to gain life. Which there are ways, but there aren't too many ways to gain life, and he doesn't have that many cards in hand. Most of the cards gain anywhere from 2 to 3 life, and not much more than that. So I don't anticipate him going up much higher. And we're at 30, so no worries on our end. Okay. that doesn't matter too much. That's it. Jeez. Okay. So we're just going to attack. And actually, we might be able to just kill him here. Deal 7 damage, and then this can go there to a character and freeze it. I guess I can. Alright, so we're just killing him. Okay, so that was game 1.
Well played.
Victory for us. You do level up in this game. Leveling up gives you access to cards for the character or the hero. There are several cards that you only get by leveling up. And then once you obtain those, at level 10, you've obtained all of the cards that you can only get by leveling up for that character. And after that, you get the gold versions of them, which is kind of their equivalent of foils in this game. And their daily quests that we're winning achievements for as we do this, so on to game 2. So the interesting thing with Hearthstone is there's a large element of luck when you draft. You may not even see a legendary or epics or whatever. There's no guarantee as to the card quality that you'll see. So you might play something that has 2 or 3 legendaries and you don't have any. So that's one factor. Another factor is there's no signals to read in draft. But what I like about it is you can walk away from this whenever you want. You can play a game and then you can close the program and then next week you can continue. And you keep going until you get 3 losses or 9 wins.
You asked for it.
Whichever happens first, and the more you win, the better your prizes are at the end. So, let's see. I think we won these 2. I don't think we need the 6-drop. Not sure about Blizzard. It's pretty good. But it is a 5-drop, and I would prefer to have a little more early game, so I'll toss it. Alright. Deathwing is definitely what I'm looking for. I don't know. Deathwing I feel can get you out of some jams. The other 2 legendaries that we opened were just not that exciting. Alright, so this is the Hunter we're playing against. So I think... guess we'll just run out our 1-drop. So assuming it doesn't die, our Loot Hoarder will get upgraded. I think this card is a little bit better than the 1/3 that gives to attack, just because he comes down on turn, or she comes down on turn 1.
More training.
And it's a little harder to answer that with a creature, like it is to answer the 1/3. So now if he plays a creature like this, is going to get up to at least a 2/3 probably. And so he has to use something to answer it. Or things will get out of control. I'm okay with him spending his hero ability every turn. That is fine. So we're gonna smack him. Probably just play the Chillwind Yeti, I would imagine. Get some pressure on him. Next turn, we can probably draw some cards, or Cone of Cold something maybe. Okay, it's pretty irrelevant. Also pretty irrelevant. Wow, alright. Oh, that's pretty annoying. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I think Cone of Cold for sure. So that'll kill 2 of his guys. This is kind of a huge blowout here, and this is frozen, so he can't do anything until next turn, and then I can just ping it away with my hero ability. And we'll smack him for some damage. So yeah, that was kind of a blowout for us. Don't mind that at all. Okay, so I think we're just gonna drop our cleric,
the sun well.
buff up our guy, and we'll hit, and then we'll kill his direwolf. It becomes a 4-3. Interesting. All right. Well, again, not a big deal. Ooh, attacking me is pretty bold there. He's already at pretty low life. Against a mage can be kind of scary. I guess we're at 20 as well. So let's see. I think I could bash him for 6. That puts him at 7. I'm tempted just to trade off here and then hit him down to 10. Then play the Acolyte and the Arcane Intellect maybe. Or I could just play the Archmage. Not super sure what's best. If we hit him down to 7, he actually has to just kill our guys, otherwise he dies. So yeah, we're just gonna race. He does have a thing that gives charge, but whatever. I could also just kill one of his guys. Maybe I'll do that. That buffs that up again now. So maybe I won't. Alright, well let's draw 2 and see what we get.
Time runs out on me.
Oh, there we go. Easy peasy. So yeah, you are limited based on your turn. Yeah, and so now we just have him dead on board to Fireball and the instant. The reason why I froze it there is, you know, we're at 20 life. But no reason to risk it when we have the killing hand. Alright. So ping and Fireball. Go.
Well played.
And you leveled up. And then you do get rewards for completing quests, so this gold can be used to play another arena game. It's 150 gold for an arena. And you get generally 40 gold for a daily quest. Some of them, like this one, because it requires 5 wins to complete, will give you probably 60, a little more. And then when you win arena, you get gold as well as booster packs to open and get more cards to play constructed. And I think it's like 7 wins is where you start turning a profit, technically. So on 7 wins, you'll get like at least 150 gold, I think, and then you also get a pack and some other stuff.
Jaina versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
Ooh, this is
asked
not
for it.
a very good starting hand. I think we're gonna put. I do like Defender of Argus. I don't know though. Since we don't know if we're gonna get early cards, he could just be really awkward. So I think I'm gonna throw him away. Alright, that's not much better. So this is a pretty bad hand. But he didn't do anything on turn 1, which is nice. And Warlocks can be pretty easy for mages to beat, depending on the type of deck they have, just because they take a lot of damage from their hero power. This card's terrible. See? Look at that. That's awful. And I'm just not even going to let it hit me.
Job's done.
Alright, so yeah, I think we'll play out our rule here.
Job's done.
Next turn we have a few options. We could attack, and then Arcane Missile. Hopefully if we hit this once, we'll be able to get rid of it in the Golem with our hero power. Alright, well, that's really not the worst. I would like to draw some cards, but I do just want to kill this thing, so I guess we're doing that. Alright, and here's hoping that all 3 damage isn't okay, good.
Job's done.
So next turn...
You gotta be kidding me!
Ooh, that's bad. That's gonna hit for quite a bit of damage. Jeez. 6 damage and freeze them all. Okay, so let's see, we're at 5 mana. We don't really have an answer for that until 8 mana right now.
What to do? What to do?
Yeah, that's a good card in this scenario. So I think we could play this just to stall. Alright, so that helps. So I guess we're killing this thing, probably. Yeah, and then this lets us draw cards too. Alright. So we're still in it. Kind of hoping he'll extend a little more so that we can effectively Flame Strike. Ouch. Ooh. Alright, so I think playing the Archmage is the correct choice. But right now, he definitely has Tempo on us, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to get back. It probably involves Flame Strike. So ideally, I hope he just attacks me, or like, does something where he doesn't kill this, and plays another creature. Because then I can ping this down with the Archmage and then Flame Strike to wipe his board, probably. Alright. Okay with that. That's annoying. That's really bad. Okay, so I think at this point we're just trying to hold on here. Alright, so let's see. I think we freeze them all with Blizzard. And that gives us 3 mana left. And I would love to be able to cast a creature as well, but I don't think we can afford to do that right now. So let's freeze everything. And kill that. Now this will die to Flame Strike, and probably anything else he plays will as well.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
That's pretty annoying. Okay, so let's see. So we can Flame Strike and then ping something. Unfortunately, that means we'll be taking 5 damage, but I think that's okay. We can ping that away next turn, or, you know, kill it with Cone of Cold or something.
For the king!
Alright, so let's see. Probably want to play something this turn. The question is what? I think we're definitely pinging this away in some way, shape, or form.
I wonder.
I don't think we want to run out Cone of Cold just yet. So we'll ping that, kill it. And then I guess we'll just use our mana most effectively.
I hear you got a problem.
You need a blessing?
Job's done.
This thing might die, but I'm basically using it right now to kind of delay. I think we're going to win by pyroblasting him to the face. So the goal right now is just to get him low enough, which means I need to get this charge guy out of the way. Or, I mean, sorry, this taunt guy.
So many possibilities.
And stealth means that it's kind of like temporary hexproof. It can't be targeted.
Squire, attend me.
Ooh, that's bad.
Ready, sir.
Alright, so let's see, what are we doing? Probably Cone of Colding this turn. And probably killing this, so let's do that.
Problem solved.
Kill that, so that's dead. And I think I'll play the Azure Drake. To help buff up my Cone of Cold. And then we'll play the Mana Worm. I really hope he doesn't have a Hellfire, because that would be really bad for me. Hellfire deals 3 damage to everything. Okay. So if he doesn't deal with our guys, we just kill him next turn, because we'll do 10 and then Pyroblast him for the win. I like that. It means he's digging for an answer. Don't like that. It's bad news.
Mind if I roll knee?
Jeez, okay. Oh, so that's good. Alright, so I think I want to trade this off for sure. And we'll pick that off. And then we're going to play the Acolyte. We have 8. So we could Yeti and deal 6 damage straight to his face. Or we could just play the Archmage. I kind of like Yeti and Acolyte here.
Pain, speak to me.
I mean, he still has 4 cards in hand, so I don't want him to, you know, he might have more removal. I don't want to go for the straight-up win just yet. No, that's bad news, because he just drew another card. Alright, so now we're going to have to use the Fireball to kill his Drake, probably. I'm okay with that. We were gonna kill it anyways. We're gonna draw the card off of it, so whatever. This is gonna die, so that's fine. Alright, Water Elemental is pretty good, so let's kill the Drake and drop an Archmage. Now I think Tempo's on our side. This is pretty hard to deal with. He pretty much needs the Siphon Soul or whatever destroy target creature thing is. He's getting dangerously close to just being straight up dead. Yeah, I don't care about that at all.
To Northrend.
That's annoying. Alright, so let's ping this. I need to make sure I don't die. So I don't think he has an answer to this just yet. So I think we can afford to kill this, and then we'll drop this guy, and then the Shattered Sun Cleric.
We must
I
cleanse
guess
the Sunwell.
buff this up to put it out of Hellfire range.
Job's done.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Alright, I'm okay with that. And I'm also okay with that. So that means he doesn't have Hellfire, he would have fired it off first. Taunt is mildly annoying. Ooh. Can we just kill him? I think we can. Because we can freeze this, and then kill it with the lance. And then, 5, 8, yeah. Or actually, it doesn't really matter which way we do this.
Push forward.
Don't worry.
Dead Zoes. Alright, so that was a closer game. Hooray. Okay, so doing pretty well so far. 3 straight wins. With no losses yet, but I don't want to jinx it. So on to game 4. This is kind of an inside joke to people that have played Blizzard games. This first rotary wheel thing kind of, if it was in Warcraft 3, it was a little eyeball looking back and forth.
Uther.
People complained a lot that
I will fight with
the
honor.
opponents in Warcraft 3 were
asked
always
for
better
it.
than you were. That was my experience with the game, at least. So I'm throwing these away to get some earlier draws. I guess that is better. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm okay putting 1 Ice Lance in the deck. If he hits me, yeah, it's more than fine. Okay. Ooh, and we get to use our little secret combo. That's pretty sweet. Alright, okay. Murloc Scouts. I don't feel like wasting a secret on one of these guys. So, what to do? Could just be greedy and Fireball one away. Cone of Cold kills both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna be greedy. If I had played the Ghoul there, he could just trade the 2 Murlocs for it. Alright, let's see. Now I guess maybe I just want to kill this thing. So we'll just freeze. And then lance.
Reporting for duty.
Not on my watch.
This guy has a lot of little creatures. I'm just gonna play out our Drake here.
Job's done.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, Cone of Cold works out pretty well here, I think. Oh, shoot. That was really stupid. I meant to play my guy first. Oh well. That was a mistake. Doesn't really matter since he has this. I'm trying to bait him to use the weapon. Oh, he has his own tool.
Reporting for duty.
Alright. Let's see. Kind of want to stop taking damage here. I'm gonna kill this ghoul. And I'm gonna fire away that. Really don't want to waste Vaporize on one of his stupid things, but he's always gonna have one of these. Alright, we'll just draw 2 cards. There we go.
Squire, attend me.
Ah, very good.
Ready, sir.
Very good.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, Flame Strike away.
Job done.
Pay attention, class.
Alright, so this guy gets a lot of little 1/1s, so I think Vaporize is going to be pretty much useless regardless.
I am ready to learn.
Alright, so I think the Paladins have something like when you cast a creature, put its health to 1. So we're going to start by placing this out to make sure it's not that. Play our 0 Mana Secret here. Now the question is, do I want to play the Archmage? I think I want to play the Shield Master and then ping away one of his guys.
Job done.
I'm ready to
Alright,
learn.
that's more than fine. Just because we're at 20 and, you know, he's been beating our face with a lot of these little 1/1s a lot. Alright.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
Reporting for duty.
Ah, Vaporized. So let's see, what do we want to do here? We're at 20. We could just Deathwing. That's pretty bold. I don't know what that last card in his hand is, but we have quite a few more cards in hand than he does.
What to do?
Brewmaster doesn't do a whole lot here. There's this Divine Shield guy, which is probably worth just popping, but we're going to be taking a lot of damage next turn. So he's at 23. We could Pyroblast him, putting him to 13, then to 9. And then just, we're taking 7, 10, 11 as well. And then just Deathwing next turn is my thought. There's not a lot that kills Deathwing. Yeah, my problem is that even if I play these other cards, I'm taking a lot of damage from these guys either way. This thing's just a 1/3, I don't really care about that. And he's dead in 2 hits from Deathwing. Alright, we'll do it. Could very well be a mistake.
Wanna blow something up?
It doesn't matter.
What we do.
Summoning that doesn't
Reporting
do
for
anything.
duty.
Well played.
It's time for a little blood.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Reporting for duty.
$3.15, so technically 15. Yeah, it'd be very unlikely if we killed him with this. So I think we're gonna smack him, kill his guy, fireball that away, and then pass. Oh no!
Reporting for duty.
Alright, so let's run this guy out. And attack. And why not? I guess we'll put him to 1. 2, 3, dead. Okay. So yeah, definitely was kind of a gamble there, but there's not a lot that kills him, and he only had 1 card in hand, so even though we were pitching a lot of our hand, I think it was still the right thing to do. Oh, interesting. So apparently there are secret quests in the game that you can maybe find if you're lucky. Or if you look online. So 4 wins and no losses, pretty good so far. Here's hoping that this streak continues.
Jaina versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer.
You asked for it.
Not sure how I feel about this hand. Getting rid of these for sure. Arcane Intellect, I guess, we'll keep, although it is kind of slow. Okay. My turn. I will run
Do
this
you
out.
need a blessing?
That's kind of an annoying totem. So I think I'm just gonna have to ping that so it doesn't kill my guy. And then hit him.
I am not a morning person.
Alright,
More training?
smack him again. And let's see. I think we're just going to play the Acolyte here. We do get to buff its health up, and we should be able to draw some cards off this, even though we're kind of going to lose our Young Priestess to a random imp. We'll be able to take care of these imps with Cone of Cold, I think. So I think, let's see.
Bring the pain.
See what we draw. Blizzard next turn will be pretty good. Or we could just do it this turn. That's tempting. It would save quite a bit of damage, so I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, there's that Manatide token. Yeah, that's a bad one. That needs to go away ASAP. Alright. If it's frozen, I don't know what happens to it. I really don't want him to draw a lot of cards off of it. Kinda don't want to have to fireball it, but I think I might have to.
What to do?
Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wanted to do a few other things that turn, but yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, letting him have that totem is just not acceptable. Okay, that's really big. Not sure how I'm going to deal with that. It's probably going to involve this secret. I think I know that much.
I wonder.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So unless he has a thing that can charge, he should just smack me with this next turn. No, we could have killed it. Yeah, so this is kind of a gamble.
It's not a valid target.
Ah, crap, can't do that. Yeah, that's not good. Because he's probably going to attack with this first. Ay, 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 ay. Shoot. Crud. Alright, I'm just hoping he misplays at this point, because I don't have a good answer for that. Yeah. It's kind of what I was afraid of. Ouch. Okay. Alright, so I think we just have to bite the bullet and just do this. It stinks.
Mind if I roll me?
Because yeah, I had no other way to answer it, really.
Well played.
Not really. I had to use like 3 cards.
Drink
Okay.
with me, friend.
I was gonna get excited and flame strike there, but not much point now. Okay, so let's put down a taunt guy. actually,
Are you
just gonna
ready
play
for
this. Let's use our mana effectively.
Job's done.
Ooh, Deathwing. Deathwing could be good. Oh, that's not nice. Alright, well now I'm definitely flame striking.
You gotta be kidding me!
Alright, so let's... I think we're gonna make some taunt guys here. Probably with a... Let's do this correctly. For this,
With me, friend.
and then the Yeti, and shields up.
Shield for Argus.
Job's done.
That's not cool. I don't think I would have done it that way if I was him, because now I can just fireball this away. I would have killed the other one with it, and that would have left it at 2 life. 6 mana left, and there's nothing to do? That seems weird.
Not good, not good.
So we can, let's see. 8 mana. So we could do 2 4s, potentially. Or we could just drop our 7 here. I kind of like doing the 2 4s.
Tadingo!
Next turn we can do these 2. Again, just using mana most effectively. There's not a lot that... These guys have big butts, you know, so there's not a lot that punishes them. Really? That's not cool. Alright.
I hear you got a problem.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Again, he's drawing crazy amounts of cards off this. Which is not good. And we've drawn more than him, I think. Just looking at our deck size, so we're gonna run out of our deck first.
You gotta be kidding me!
Which doesn't kill us, but it does matter because you start taking considerable amounts of damage. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're just gonna do that. And we're just gonna drop
Ready for this?
more creatures.
I've got a huge card.
This guy has lots of removal. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I think we probably want to... Could just Power Blast his face.
I wonder.
And then hit him for... Let's see, if we hit him for 4... I'm not planning on Deathwing, or I'm not planning on killing his guys with the Power Blast, or trading just because I have Deathwing, so I kind of want him to play stuff. So yeah, I guess
We have many
I will just
secrets.
incentivize him to trade here.
crusade!
Don't blink.
Alright, I'm just gonna run this out here. Decent chance it hits that thing, will saves me a lot of life. That worked out pretty well. Had a lot of extra spell damage there, which helped. Yeah, so, yeah, we'll see what he does. Hopefully I can hit him for 8 and then Pyroblast and just kill him. That would be pretty sweet. Oh man, are we actually gonna get to do that? Wow, we are.
I'm almost out of cards.
Almost, but not quite.
Don't blink.
Boom. Pyroblast is kind of unfair.
Well played.
So that was close. I'm glad this mage deck is working out. It's clearing out my quests. Because I don't have a mage constructed deck. Alright, 5 wins. Here we go. One of the more interesting aspects of this game that I've found is in deck construction. I don't really know what an ideal curve is yet, or at least I don't have an innate feel for it like I did in Magic. I don't know if, you know, that nice, you know, more 2-drops than 3-drops than 4-drops and 5-drops, etc. Is the best in this game. Because you're basically guaranteed a land every turn.
You asked for
I don't know if you need as many early cards, because there is no mana screw. So I think you can kind of make your deck a little more top-heavy and give it more power in the endgame. So yeah, we're just going to throw that away. Probably should have thrown the Youthful Brewmaster away too, to be honest. Well, maybe not. You know, in Magic you want to have a lot of early drops in case you don't draw any lands, then you can at least play some of your cards. But in this game, since you're guaranteed a land drop every time, you're always going to get to, you know, 6 or 7 mana in pretty much every game. There aren't too many games, especially in Arena, that end before that. All minions cost 1 more. That's rude. Okay. I think we're just going to do this. Priests are very good in Arena, I found. I've had pretty good success with them. Did he just skip his turn? Alright. He just didn't do anything. So, what do we want to do? Could play Shattered Sun Cleric. I'd kind of rather use it on a water elemental.
what to do.
So let's do this.
Drink with me,
I don't have a great use for this guy other than return the cleric, I suppose. So priests have removal spells that can kill things with 3 power or less, or 5 power or more. So the 4 power mark is kind of a safe area against them.
Challenge accepted.
So we're just going to hit him and play out the water elemental here. Hopefully it lives, and then I can buff it with a Shattered Sun Cleric. No spells make this guy less good. Yeah, so there it is. Just kind of afraid of that. That's pretty bad, because that was one of our better cards. Yeah, it's annoying. Okay, so here I think what I'm gonna do
We
is
must
I'm gonna buff
cleanse
this
the
guy up.
Sunwell.
So now he can trade there. And we're gonna bolt away. Actually die. So we're kind of running into a Holy Nova, I feel, which does 2 to all of our guys and heals all of his things by 2. Can't really play around it. Can't do anything about that either. So let's see. 4, 5, 6. Sounds good.
Challenge accepted.
Push forward. We have many secrets.
Another thing you have to watch out with priests is mind control. They can just completely take one of your guys. One moment.